Hi, and welcome to the next episode in my cycling vlog. Towards the beginning of June, back out again. Slightly cooler day than my last one. After all, it's Britain and we're now heading into summer, so yeah, you can expect that. So in this one, I'm going to chat about two things. One, I've changed the mounting approach for the camera for the GoPro, so hopefully this will be a little bit better. I won't get quite as much jelly or jello, depending on where in the world you are. But the main thing is I reset my Cadence device, so now it's showing a proper cadence rather than the fairly random very high cadence that I've shown before. So I'll just show you what I did for that. It's fairly basic, but you might find it interesting. So this is the cadence and speed device that in the last video was showing some really inaccurate results. So it's as you can see, it's a Wahoo device, and basically it attaches using this thing here, which basically just holds it against the frame, and I'll show you when I put it back on the bike exactly where it goes. But basically one detector runs past here and the other detector runs past this little arm here. Now what I've been wondering is a couple of weeks ago I had to change the battery in this. And I mean, I had it for several years now, and the batteries, to be honest, the batteries lasted for ages. I'm really impressed actually with the length of time the batteries lasted. But yeah, I had to change the battery. I wasn't reading anything at all. So I'm just wondering whether if I just take the battery out again and put it back in and reset it, whether that's going to help with these inaccurate readings. I mean, as you can see, there's actually nothing really that you can actually do to repair it. It's, at least not with my level of skill anyway. I mean, if you knew what you're doing, maybe you could get inside it and do something. But I don't know if you can see that in the video, but this is where the battery goes in the back there. So I've got a 5p piece. Sorry, I don't know what size that would be in America or wherever you are in the world, but yeah, basically just turn that. And the back flips off like that, and then you've got in this case it's a CR2032 battery sat inside. So I'm just going to take that out. Yeah, I did read somewhere actually that you're not supposed to touch the batteries, at least these bits, to stop corrosion. I don't know whether that's actually true or not. But one thing that did confuse me, so let me turn that around so you can see inside if you can. It shows you basically resetting by having the battery the wrong way around for 3.5 seconds and flipping it back to the right orientation. And so I did that as part of putting this battery in before, and I don't know. I mean, I know it says do that, but I'm just wondering whether that's actually caused a problem. So this time what I'm going to do, I'm just going to leave it. As you can tell, I'm just holding it here for a few seconds. And then what I'll do is I'll just pop it back in. Well, that should be enough time for it to power down completely. Oops. Try and do this without dropping it. So yeah, there we go. That's back in now. And what I'm hoping is that, let's just move that back so you can see it. So what I'm hoping now is that I can put that back on, which I'll do in a second, show you doing that. And I'll go for a ride and see what it's like. Right, now to put this Cadence device back on the bike. So, really easy. So basically, it pretty much just goes like this. The idea is that needs to be lined up so that it passes that. And is that in the frame? Maybe not. But the little detector that's on that strap, that also needs to pass this. So it's just a case of getting it aligned and then using this little bit of rubber to attach it to the bar. So let's just move that out of the way. So you can just push that into there, get that nicely seated. So that's right in the back of there. I've just pushed this rubber bit off, but let's just push that back in there. And then basically it just fits on the bike like that. So let's just move that round so I know where that is. And then you just need to reach round and pull the rubber piece up, which I, for some reason I can't get hold of it at the moment. There you go. And just clip it over, and that's nice and tight there. And then just need to make sure that everything's lined up, so that looks like it could have been a bit further that way for that bit. And then for this bit, that's nowhere near. So I'm just coming along there a little bit. That looks alright. That looks okay. They're not going to hit, so hopefully you can see that. So basically that bit there just crosses that, and the little magnets on the spokes, which is literally just there, just goes past the arm. Right, so hopefully I'll just move that along a little bit actually, just to there you go, just to help with that one. And there we go. Let's give that a test drive then, shall we? Okay, well hopefully you found that useful. It certainly does seem to have done the trick. And I can't really take any credit for just taking the battery out and putting it back in again. But yeah, I mean, if you have the same problem, then the first port call, try that. It certainly worked for me. The other thing is that, as you can see from this little clip, I have changed the mounting for my GoPro. So in the last video, most of it was done handheld on a tiny compact camera. But I would much prefer to have a sort of GoPro footage, or at least something where I don't have to constantly hold the camera in my hand. So this is a GoPro Hero 4, really old camera now, no stabilisation, and last time the image was completely unusable, the video, sorry, was completely unusable. It was basically a massive rolling shutter, so the sort of jelly sort of effect, everything wobbling, just purely from the vibrations. So I've made some changes. So I've increased the frame rate to 50 frames a second. Hopefully that'll push the shutter speed up a little bit. I don't know whether that's going to make a difference or not. After reading somebody's advice on another YouTube video, they took they padded the GoPro in its plastic housing because it could vibrate around, and once they did that, it made a dramatic difference, a dramatic improvement. So I've actually dispensed with the plastic cover this time and put one of these sort of skeleton covers on, which you can, I don't know whether I showed you before or I'll show you now, but basically this is what it looks like. So I'm trying that because that's much tighter. I can see it vibrates, but I've chosen a smooth piece of road to talk to you on, so I hope that's going to help. And also I completely ignored somebody's actually really good advice, where they said don't use cheap quality mountings, because I actually bought a £5 little connector, which, if this works, I'll show you in the next video, to basically connect my GoPro to the Garmin out front mount. But yeah, I mean, they said don't use cheap stuff, and they're right. I mean, just generally speaking, it's a bad idea, but I didn't really hack about with this one, so hopefully that this will be smooth enough to use. So as you can tell, I'm breathing a bit because this is a slight incline. Plenty of cyclists going the other way. lots of friendly people saying hello to go past. So yeah, I'll pick up later. Alright, see you in a bit. Wow. Just seen this absolutely amazing bird of prey hovering. It's absolutely gigantic. I could just see it in silhouette. Sadly, when I got a bit closer, turns out it's a kite. Anyway, so this won't make it to the video, so you won't know just how daft I can be, but yeah, for a few seconds I thought, wow, that is absolutely amazing. You know, for the beginners out there that are struggling with getting back into biking and the whole sort of physical exertion of it. I don't know if you've heard, but there is a cycling saying that it doesn't get any easier, you just get faster. So regardless of what you see on the road, a lot of those people, even though they're zooming around, will still be suffering probably similar sorts of pains to you. I mean, there's a guy just passed me on the hill, the last hill I was on, and he didn't like he was breaking a sweat at all, and he must have been going at least twice as fast as me. He just shot past, but I've no doubt that he was feeling it the same way as me, just feeling it in a lot faster way, if that's a way of actually describing it. Probably isn't actually, I don't know what I'm talking about now. Right, there we go. Right, I've been going about an hour now, about 15 minutes before I get home. I've just been waiting for a smooth piece of road to wrap this up. But, anybody that's cycling in the UK, maybe it's the same way you are, for the most part the roads are dreadful. Really, really bumpy. Which I don't mind so much when I'm just riding, but there's no way that the video is going to work there. As I said, I'm not far off getting home now, so I'm going to wrap up now. Hope the reset of the Cadence device was useful, and hopefully this video is usable. Morning. So, get back, have some lunch. Morning. You know, there must be, what, 40 odd people, not more, that I passed going the other way while they've overtaken me today, all dressed in lycra. And loads more families out on bikes. That's fantastic. But yeah, so get back, get some lunch, do some gardening. It's just a sort of sad life that I have. But yeah, hope you enjoyed this, and hopefully I'll see you again. Alright, bye for now, bye bye.